Welcome to the Gurukul Prep Daily Podcast on 8th August. Update 1 Important Day. Quit India Movement Day, 08 August. On 8th August 1942, Mahatma Gandhi initiated the Quit India Movement, also known as the Bharat Chodo Andolan. The All India Congress Committee, AICC, gathering in Bombay marked the beginning of a massive agitation. Gandhiji issued a clarion call to the countrymen to do or die in their fight against British domination. Every year on 8th August, Quit India Day is marked to commemorate an event that was a watershed moment in India's liberation struggle. The day is also an occasion to pay tribute to the freedom fighters who have sacrificed their lives for the country's independence. Update 2 Agreement. India urges BIMSTEC to reconsider free trade agreement. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal suggested that the seven-member bloc for the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multisectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, or BIMSTEC, reconsider and re-examine the proposed free trade agreement as negotiations are moving slowly. Since 2004, the bloc has discussed a proposed free trade agreement, FTA. The members can think of negotiating a preferential trade agreement instead of a full-fledged free trade pact, the minister said. So far, over 20 rounds of talks have been held. The last one was held in 2018. Update 3 Appointment. Government appoints Challa Srinivasulu Sethi as SBI chairman. The national government has authorized the nomination of Challa Srinivasulu Sethi as new chairman and Rana Ashutosh Kumar Singh as managing director of the State Bank of India, SBI, with current chairman Dinesh Kumar Khara set to step down on 28 August. Rana Ashutosh Kumar Singh, SBI's present deputy managing director, DMD, has also been selected as the next managing director. His appointment will take effect on the date he assumes office. According to SBI, Challa Srinivasulu Sethi joined the board of SBI as managing director in January 2020 and currently oversees the bank's international banking, global markets, and technology wings. Update 4 Banking. Capital Small Finance Bank and Edelweiss Life partner for bank assurance. Capital Small Finance Bank Limited, CSFB, and Edelweiss Life Insurance have engaged into a bancassurance agreement. This collaborative relationship will provide CSFB's customers with access to Edelweiss Life Insurance's life insurance product line, satisfying their financial security needs. The agreement intends to strengthen CSFB's life insurance solutions by giving consumers access to Edelweiss Life's digital platform and service touchpoints. CSFB has 177 branches, and with this tie-up, all Edelweiss Life products will be available to the bank's customers at these branches. Update 5 Books. P. Rajiv's selected essays released. M.A. Baby, a CPI, M. Politburo member, believes that reading should extend beyond literature and incorporate society as well. He addressed the issue following the release of Industries Minister P. Rajiv's book Selected Essays at a ceremony in Kochi. Mr. Baby stated that Mr. Rajiv has effectively crafted a simple and unique language to help readers understand complex subjects. Writer and critic Sunil P. Elidham accepted the first copy of the book. The book by Haritam Books contains 127 essays written by the minister in newspapers and magazines, as well as his speeches. Update 6 International. Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus to lead Bangladesh interim government. Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus will lead the country's temporary government after former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina resigned and fled Bangladesh amid a massive movement against her dictatorship, primarily driven by students. The announcement came from Joynal Abedin, President Mohammad Shahabuddin's press secretary. Abedan further stated that more members of the UNIS-led government would be selected soon after consultation with political parties and other stakeholders. The toll and the violence that has racked the country since the protests began rose to 440. Update 7. Miscellaneous. Dinesh Karthik joins PAL Royals, becomes first Indian cricketer in SA20. Dinesh Karthik, a former wicketkeeper batter, has signed with PAL Royals for the third season of the SA20, becoming the first Indian cricketer to play in the South African competition starting on 9th January. Karthik, 39, resigned from all forms of cricket in June of this year and has since been hired as a consultant and batting coach by Indian Premier League team Royal Challengers Bengaluru. His last competitive T20 appearance was for RCB in the IPL 2024, where he scored 326 runs in 14 matches with a strike rate of 187.36. Karthik's last match in India colours was against Bangladesh during the T20 World Cup in Australia in 2022. Update 8. National. Government reverses decision, indexation benefits restored for LTCG tax. In reply to considerable criticism, the government has withdrawn its disputed budget proposal to eliminate indexation advantages for long-term capital gains, LTCG, tax on the sale of unlisted assets. According to revisions made to the Finance Bill, taxpayers can now pay LTCG tax at a 20% rate with an indexation benefit or at a new rate of 12.5% without an indexation benefit for properties acquired before 23 July 2024. Taxpayers are expected to choose the option that will result in a lower tax amount. Update 9. Schemes and committees. 920 crore rupees Namami Gange Mission 2.0 projects in UP and Bihar. The central government finished and executed 4 significant projects worth 920 crore rupees in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar as part of the Namami Gange Mission 2.0. These projects will add 145 megaliters per day (MLD) of sewage treatment capacity and improve sewer networks. These projects using the hybrid annuity PPP (HAM) model were constructed using advanced sequencing batch reactor technology and meet the National Green Tribunal's (NGT) strict standards. These initiatives ensure substantial improvements in the water quality of the Ganga and its tributaries. Update 10. Sports. Wrestler Vinesh Fogart out of Paris Olympics overweight. Vinesh Fogart, India's ace grappler on the verge of Olympic gold in Paris in 2024, was disqualified just hours before the final. Vinesh, who competed in the 50 kilograms freestyle wrestling category, was found to be 100 grams over the event's weight limit. Vinesh generally competes in the 53 kilograms category but reduced her weight to 50 kilograms during the Paris Olympics. On day 2 of her weigh-in, she was discovered to be over the limit by only about 100 grams. The Indian Olympic Association, IOA, has appealed her disqualification.